Somewhere on the African savanna, hundreds of thousands of years ago, an early human ancestor watched a wildfire burn after a lightning strike. Most animals fled, but one of them didn't. One of them walked toward the flame. That single moment of curiosity, that one decision to not run, may be the reason you exist at all. But what if it never happened? What if fire had stayed a force of nature that humans feared instead of one we learned to control? Would we still be here? Would anything we call civilization exist at all? Let's find out. For millions of years before fire, our ancestors lived exactly like every other animal on Earth. Cold nights, raw food, constant danger. Without fire, there was no way to soften tough meat, kill the parasites hiding in raw flesh, or purify contaminated water. Every meal was a gamble with food poisoning. Every night was a fight against the cold and the dark, with nothing to keep predators away but numbers and luck. Life was short, brutal, and ruled entirely by the sun. When it set, danger began. Now here's where it gets interesting. Scientists believe that cooking food didn't just make eating easier, it may have built the human brain itself. Raw food takes enormous energy to digest. Our ancestors would have spent most of their waking hours just chewing, the way chimpanzees still do today. Cooking changes that completely. Cooked food delivers far more usable energy for far less digestive effort, freeing up calories that the body could redirect somewhere else, like growing a bigger, more complex brain. Without fire, some researchers argue Homo sapiens as we know them might never have evolved at all. Our skulls might still look like our ancestors from 2 million years ago. Small brains, small ambitions, no language, no art, no tools beyond the simplest stone. But fire didn't just cook dinner. It kept humans from becoming dinner. Ancient campfires created a wall of light and heat that most predators wouldn't cross. Lions, hyenas, saber-toothed cats, all kept their distance from flame. Without that protection, early humans would have been forced into trees, caves, or steep cliffs just to make it through the night, anywhere a predator couldn't easily follow. Sleep itself would have been a luxury few could afford. And here's the strange part. Some scientists believe that safer, longer sleep near fire may have given our brains the rest they needed to consolidate memory and problem solve. No fire might mean no dreaming, in more ways than one. Fire also gave humans something even more powerful than protection. It gave us the night. Every other animal on the planet is ruled by daylight. But early humans, who controlled fire, gained hours that no other species had. Time to talk, time to plan, time to gather around a shared flame and simply be together. Some anthropologists argue this nightly gathering was the true birthplace of language, storytelling, and culture. Without fire, there is no fireside. And without the fireside, there may be no stories at all. Now imagine trying to survive somewhere cold without any of this. Without fire, migration into colder climates becomes almost impossible. No warmth means no surviving harsh winters, no crossing into Europe, no pushing into northern Asia, or eventually the Americas. Humanity might have stayed trapped near the equator for its entire existence, confined to warm climates simply because nothing else was survivable. The map of human history, every continent we've ever settled, might have stayed empty outside a narrow band near the equator. And even if humans had somehow survived and multiplied without fire, civilization as we know it simply could not exist. Metalworking depends on fire. Pottery depends on fire. Farming in its earliest forms depended on cooked grain and fire-cleared land. Forging tools, smelting bronze, and eventually iron. None of it happens without flame. No fire means no Bronze Age, no Iron Age, no steam engines, no electricity born from burning fuel. Humanity might still be living exactly as it did 2 million years ago. Smart enough to survive, perhaps, but permanently frozen in the Stone Age, with no way to ever climb out of it. It's strange to think that something so small, so ordinary, could be the hinge on which all of human history turned. We use fire without a second thought. A stove, a candle, a lighter. But it may be the single spark, quite literally, that turned an ordinary primate into the only species on Earth capable of asking a question like this one. So the next time you strike a match or light a candle, remember, that tiny flame might be the entire reason humanity exists. What other small discoveries do you think changed the entire course of human history? Let me know what you think in the comments.